I'm going to talk a little bit more about the critical theory of reader response and talk to you about the do's of writing your reader response journal this session. So as you learned during this session, reader response theory, it's a critical theory, and we're going to be looking at 3 different theories during this unit. And you could think of a theory as kind of like glasses or a lens. And with thinking about these theories, you can look at text in different ways. So you can interpret text several different ways applying these theories. And our first theory to apply is reader response theory, which I mentioned is probably your favorite. Now, reader response theory believe that the real meaning of any text is not in the text itself or in the author. Real meaning is created by you or me, the reader. So every reader has a different interpretation depending on their experiences. Readers bring all sorts of experiences to a text, and with those experiences, it impacts how they interpret what happens in a story. So it really depends on who you are, what you come from, the experiences you've had. And this, I think, is the best image to understand reader response theory. And it's all about the baggage that you carry. And that baggage will helps you look through a lens at a specific text. So all this baggage really determines the meaning of text for the reader. Now, to apply reader response theory to the short story The Sniper, there are some do's. First, the response should be all about what you were thinking, feeling, experiencing as you were reading the story. And here are a few sentence starters that can really help. This story really reminds me of what happens, when blank happened, I thought about blank. I was really surprised, happy, excited, worried about when blank. And you could obviously use this several times depending on how you felt, right? Then, although I could tell the author really wanted me to think about this, when this happened, instead I walked away with this. So again, it's all about what you were thinking, feeling, and experiencing while reading the story. Here are some more do's. Write 1-page minimum. And this is about 400 to 500 words. So minimum 400 words. It's basically a journal, but it's not just one paragraph. You know, you don't take one of those sentence starters and just write a paragraph and then you're done. It's a 1-page minimum. Include the name and author of the short story in the first sentence of your response. And this is just a good rule of thumb when you are responding to any piece of literature, any text. When you are writing a response, be it a reader response, or when we're looking at it through the Marxist lens or through a feminist lens, you should always include the text you are referring to, including the author. So here's an example. After I read the short story, The Sniper by Liam O'Flaherty, my stomach was in knots. Now I know, as the reader, exactly what you will be referring to the entire piece. Be sure that your reader response journal has an abundance of details, examples, and quotes from the short story. And then focus on a personal reaction to the text. And by focusing on that personal reaction, your personal reaction to the text, that's how you will demonstrate an understanding of reader response theory. Some more do's. Be sure to punctuate properly. Use parentheses when punctuating the title of a short story, which is what we're focusing on this week. You put it in parentheses. Example from The Sniper, when you are punctuating text, when you take quotes out. I didn't understand how after shooting a man dead, he could, quote unquote, take the whiskey flask from his pocket and empty it. To me, this showed a cold-blooded killer. Now, obviously, this is a short story, so there's no page numbers. If you were doing this for a book, then you would obviously include that page number. Finally, do's. Contact me with any questions or concerns. As always, you can email me, text me, message me, call me if you have any questions. Thanks.